what you want, what you want.
Alright, hey, what's up, people? This is Jay coming to you from Unhinged Productions. Anyway, our last little video we did, I told you that I was going to pick this project back up that I had started a few years ago, where this guy's all made out of Mache. It was just kind of an experiment type of a thing to see what I could really do, come up with, see if I could build a rib cage out of nothing. Something from nothing. There you go. Anyway, it was all an experiment. So, for YouTube, this is some data. This is some content for YouTube for you guys. Just kind of a general overview. This is not the groundbreaker tutorial that I'm going to be putting out for VIPs over at unhingedprops.com. So don't get those things confused. Anyway, this is just going to be, I want to just give you details along the way. I want to do it, show you some progress, you know, show you what I've done and what's going on. Just kind of let you guys know and see an old prop that I never finished up and needed to get done. So I figured might as well show you guys along the way instead of me just sitting around building things for the yard and not really showing anybody except for a final picture. Anyway, so there's some repairs I got to do to this thing. Like I said, when I built it, there's a PVC structure on the inside of the spine here, and then I wrapped it in Mache, and then wrapped it with Mache, and then I put paper clay over it. But over time and us moving and doing things, I'm hard on my stuff. I don't take good care of it, really. It's when I build it, it's got to last, because I just throw crap around. Anyway, this guy got thrown around, and we see right here, you know, I've got a crack here in that part of the spine, and I've got about 2 or 3 more that run down these bent sections where I've thrown it around and things have set on it and broke. So for the most part, I'm not going to do a major repair on this. All I'm going to do is this big gap here. I'm going to fill this in with some hot glue, and then I'm just going to paper mache back over the top of it to seal it up. And these other smaller cracks, that's all I'm really going to do, is just kind of put a few layers of mache over them, just seal them up so that they become watertight again. And then I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with this. Originally, this was going to be like it was built to be like a wall hanger type of thing, and its arms come down and across like a pumpkin rot type situation, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go in a different direction. He's going to be a groundbreaker basically, but he's not going to be the standard standing up looking at you type of deal. I think what I'm going to do is, if we can see this, I don't know if I'm too much in the shot, but he's going to be basically on the ground about this far up, and you know, it's hard for you guys to see. He's going to be up off the ground, and he's going to be tilted at a little bit of an angle. This arm coming down is going to go straight down basically into the ground, so it won't have a full arm. It'll just be shoulder and then down, and then this arm over here is going to come out, and he's going to be basically in this type of a fashion. This arm's down to the ground like he's pushing himself out of the ground, and this arm's going to be out reaching for whoever's walking by. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I've got arm bones that I made 2-3 years ago when I started this, and stuff for the bones down below. I'm still going to build hand stuff. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. He's going to become a groundbreaker in a new form or sense. I think that's going to make sense for me. I'm going to put him out in the yard, but I'll just kind of show you guys the steps along the way and an overview of what I'm doing, and I'll just explain things as they go along. Some of it I'll film, and we'll do a little fast forward stuff through it, but hopefully you enjoy it. So anyway, it's time to get to work. Alright, so real quick, didn't do much. Put some hot glue like I told you I was going to on here, got that taken care of. Didn't figure you really needed to know how to drive a glue gun. I'm sure all you guys out there that got a glue gun, you know how to plug it in and pull the trigger. That's all there is to it. What we're gonna do, you know, I'm not gonna play an idiot and say that I built this thing perfect and be weather tight. I mean, this rib cage was an experiment that I was trying, that I basically did 2 years ago. So this is 2-year-old work. Who knows whether I've sealed this good enough yet or not. And like I said before, there's no structure inside this. This is all just paper mache. So this is going to be outside, and I'm going to add some support to it. I'm just going to use some electrical conduit that I've got laying around from other projects. I'm going to put a piece inside underneath here as a brace. That way, if this gets wet, it will help prevent this rib cage from collapsing. And I'm also going to use it on the back side to attach the arms. I'll have to make some shoulder blades for it because I don't have any of the shoulder blade bones for it yet, and we'll have to do that. And then I'm also going to use the conduit for the arms as well. So that's what we're going to work on right now. We're going to get these structures in, so we got something to kind of help hold this thing together in case it got too wet and too much rain and want to cause a problem. Alright, so we cut this thing. You see again, we bent it down some, made a few notches so it kind of conforms to the top a little better. Alright, now I'm going to pre-drill some holes into these two pieces, and then we're going to insert this into the chest cavity of our groundbreaker. Support now on the inside there. I'll probably take my Dremel, cut off these screws that are poking out here, and then more than likely I'll wrap some mache around the bottom part here. Next, we're going to make some supports basically in the same fashion as this that will attach to the back here, that we'll bring out so the arms have something to connect to as well. Alright, so this piece right here that I just cut this section out of, this is going to basically be shoulder mounting structure, arm mounting structure. I'm going to heat this up, contour it around to these ribs, pull it in nice and close, and then it'll give me a couple extensions out here that I can just use an adapter and plug another piece of PVC into for his arms. Okay, so I've got the shoulder bracket made and I'm mounted on for now. This isn't final. I mean, yeah, I hot glued it on there, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap. I'll wind up macheing around all of this, all the way around, and making this become really more of the structure, so it's one solid piece. Now, these extensions here, these are out a little too far for me. Anytime I build like a groundbreaker, or if I'm building like a scarecrow jack that I made for Barry, proportions to me are a big deal. So I want to keep shoulder widths correct. You know, you don't want your shoulders way out here, and you don't need them too close, but they were a little too far out, and especially because I'm going to use these 90s to hook up the PVC for the arms. So anyway, I had to bring these things down to get my dimensions right, so that when you look at this thing, he didn't look like he had just this big, huge, wide set of shoulders on him that wouldn't belong. So cut those down. You didn't see that. I'm going to add these on, and then I'm debating whether or not these were some arms I'd made for it previously, and I'm either going to cut these in half, pull everything out, and put the PVC inside this pre-made bone, or I'm just going to connect the PVC to it and then wrap all this stuff up with newspaper and tape and create a shoulder bone there, and then taper it down into the PVC and bring it back out again. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but we'll find out soon. Well, I plan on mounting this to, yeah, let me turn the fucking music on. Well, I plan on mounting this to an old piece of particle board that I have as a base to put on the ground. And like I said, when I first made this, there's a PVC structure inside here, and I plan on either taking a T and melting it down, flattening it out, and putting it on here, and then screwing that into the board, or just another piece coming out. Anyway, got to find the PVC that was in here. We need to expose this so I can find a mounting point on the bottom to mount. So let's find some PVC. Okay, well, that's interesting. So by PVC, or this CPVC, not CPVC, but it's electrical conduit, the end of it must be further up in here, and I don't want to take that much off. So what I'm going to do is, this doesn't quite fit, it's pretty snug, so I'm going to heat this up. I'm going to jam it up in here, and then we'll glue it in place and use that. I'll come back down with some mache on this again to create a rigid structure, and then we'll use this as an attachment point onto our piece of plywood or particle board. And then, just to make sure that this doesn't twist or rotate once it's mounted down, we're going to drill a couple holes through here and put some screws in. Alright, so we heated this down, flattened it out as a mounting point. Went ahead and put a piece of conduit onto here, flattened it out so you got a mounting point there. And I went ahead and glued this 90 that we you saw earlier. I took those 90s and just heated them up a little bit and bent them some. It's because the 90 degree wasn't, it was too harsh, and the 45 wasn't right, didn't have the right angle. So just heat that up, bend it out to where I like it, and then cooled it down. So all we're going to do now is attach a couple screws in here. I'm going to heat this back up and pull it back down because it doesn't sit quite flush, and then we'll put a couple mounting screws there. So as you can see, I decided to go against using the bones that I had before and digging that stuff out and just going back and pre-building some and machining it all together when it's done. So last thing I have to do now is I'm going to glue this shoulder piece on over there at an angle, and then I've marked this piece of conduit where I want to heat it up to make the bend on the elbow. So we're going to glue that on, bend this, leave that in the shape, and that's all we're going to get done right now. And we'll finish up some other detail later on. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. Let's get this done first. So here we go. Basically, what we have is a rough armature for it. We got our arms. We got it secured down to a base plate. You know, we've got to ball up the shoulders and add some mache and do some other things. But so far, this is where we're at. It should be pretty cool when it all gets done. You know, let me know what you guys think, and we'll continue on with this project, and I'll show you some other steps along the way. So we still got a ways to go on this project to get this thing finished up. You know, we got to bulk up the elbows here with some paper, and we're going to mache this, and we're going to mache this structure all the way around to this back rib. Do the same thing here. He's kind of wobbly and flimsy, so I might wind up running one more support of PVC just right from here down, keep him from flopping around. And if I do that, we'll just paint it black. It'll be hidden behind everything, but just to add some more support. I was going to do some shoulder blades back here, but you're not going to see it. I mean, you're not going to see the back side of it. It'll be too dark anyway, and I'm just not going to take the time to put that kind of detail on the back side of this thing. He's going to be lit from the front, so you'll never see it on the back anyway. You know, close to being done. Maybe a couple more of these videos. The next one we'll work on putting some mache on it and bringing it all together and skinning it, you know, getting all that stuff done, and then I'll do some paint work on it, and it'll all be done. Now this piece of plywood or particle board, I'm going to seal this with a flex seal, it's called. It's like a rubberized coating to keep water from penetrating that, and we might flex seal this whole thing. I don't know. We'll figure that out when I get there. That stuff's like $16 for a can. It's relatively expensive, but it does work pretty good. If you like what you guys see, give the video a thumbs up. If you don't already, subscribe to the channel. There's going to be some more stuff like this, and if you guys kind of like these rough little videos, let me know in the comments below. If you have any ideas or things you want to see, let me know as well. Also, just to let you guys know, if you do like this kind of content and you're looking for more of a truly step-by-step tutorial that'll walk you all the way through, which will give you the dimensions of the PVC from here to here where we bent it, all that good stuff, really getting down to the full detail, go over to unhingedprops.com, sign up as a VIP member. It's only $5 a month. You can cancel anytime if you decide you want to try it out for $5 and a month later you don't like it, unsubscribe. Doesn't hurt my feelings any. Or if you see a project that I'm working on that's in there and you want to see the full details, subscribe until that tutorial is finished up and you're able to do what you need to do, and then unsubscribe. You know, it doesn't really matter. Or you can do a full year for $30, however you want to do it. Anyway, guys, you know, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what you think. Leave comments down below. If you have questions, I'll answer them. That's what I'm here for. I'll see you guys next time. What you want?